Hello students, welcome to online class. Today we'll discuss about Python Panda. Data handling using Panda. So in this chapter, first we need to learn about Python library, which is also known as matplotlib. So matplotlib is a comprehensive library for creating static, animated and interactive visualization in Python. It is used to create, develop publication, quality plot with just a few lines of code. Use interactive figure that can zoom, pan, update. We can customize and take full control of line style, font properties, access properties, as well as export an MB to a number of file format and interactive environments. Python library. It is the most famous Python package for data science which offer powerful and flexible data structure that make data analysis and manipulation easily. Pandas make data importing and data analyzing much easier. Pandas build on package like NumPy and Matplotlib to give us a single and convenient place for data analysis and visualization work. Basic features of Pandas. Data frame object help a lot in keeping track of our data. With a Pandas data frame, we can have different data types like float, int, string, date, time, etc. Pandas has built-in functionality for like easy grouping and easy join of data, rolling windows. Good input-output capabilities, easily pull data from a MySQL database directly into a data frame. With Pandas, you can easily paste for restyle syntax in doing regression, tools for loading data into in-memory data object from different file format, data alignment and integrated handling of missing data, reshaping and pivoting of dataset, label-based slicing, indexing and subsetting of large dataset. Pandas installation environment setup. So Pandas module does not come bundled with standard Python. If you install Anaconda Python package, Pandas will be installed by default. That means if you have Python in build, over there you will not get Panda. So if you have to install Panda, then you have two options. Either you can be able to download directly from the internet, or you can be able to install Anaconda Python package where you will get it in build. Steps for Anaconda's installation and use: you have to visit the site www.anaconda.com and download. From there you can be able to download appropriate Anaconda installer. After download installer, during installation check for set path and all user. After installation, start spider utility of Anaconda from the start menu. Type import pandas as PD in the left pane, then run it. If no error is showing, then it shows pandas is installed. Like default temp.py, we can create another .py file from the new window option of file menu for new program. .py is the extension of Python file. Pandas installation can be done in standard Python distribution using the following step. There must be service pack installed on our computer if we are using Windows. If it is not installed, then we will not be able to install Pandas in existing standard Python. So install it fast. We can check it through the properties option of my computer icon. Now install latest version of any of the Python. Now move to script folder of Python distribution in command prompt through cmd command of window. That means in your Windows you can be able to type cmd. From there you can be able to open command prompt. There you can be able to execute the commands. Execute the following commands in command prompt serially: pip install numpy, pip install 6, pip install pandas. Wait after each command for installation. Now we will be able to use Panda in standard Python distribution. Type import pandas as PD in Python ideally shell. If it executed without error, it means pandas is installed on your system successfully. Two important data structure of pandas are series and data frame. Series is like a one-dimensional array like structure with homogeneous data. For example, the following series is a collection of integer. One-dimensional array basically followed by row, one by one element will come and sit together. Basic features of series are its homogeneous data, size immutable, values of data mutable. Data frame is like a two-dimensional array with heterogeneous data. That means over here you will get a table with row and column. Basic features of data frame are heterogeneous data, size and data both are mutable. Series is like one-dimensional array capable of holding data of any type: integer, string, float, Python object, etc. Series can be created using constructor. Syntax: pandas.series. Series is also possible from ND array, dictionary, and scalar value. Series can be created by using array, dictionary, and scalar value or constant. So we are having three options to create pandas series. Here is an option where we can be able to learn how to create an empty series. Import pandas as p series, s equal p series dot series, print s, and then we'll get the output of the series. There we will get the data type as float. Now we will see two examples where we will create a series from ND array. One will be without index and one will be with index. So in our left hand side we are having the option without index, and in the right hand side we are having the option with index. So follow it one by one. So first, without index, import pandas as pd1, import numpy as np1, data equal np1 dot array abcd. So this abcd is our basic element which we are going to store in a series. S equal pd1 dot series data. So that means we are going to store that data in pd1 series. Then print s. Then we can be able to take printout of this data as abcd. Default index over here is actually 0, but if you follow the output, here it is showing the index start from 1 2 3 4. Right hand side we are having the second option with index. Import pandas as p1, import numpy as np1, data equal np1 dot array, s equal p1 dot series, data index. Then we can mention the index as per our requirement. We came to know that default index start from 0, but we can mention our own required index also, like we have done over here, like 100, 101, 102. Then we'll get the output. So the index will followed by the data type. Create a series from dictionary. 1 without index, 2 with index. So first, without index. Import pandas as pd1, import numpy as np1. Then we can mention the data. One thing we need to remember, we are going to create a series with a dictionary, and I think we all know that in case of a dictionary we need to mention both the things together. That means field and its information together we need to mention. So just follow over here. Against data we have given that a colon 0, then b colon 1, then c colon 2. That means against a we are going to store 0, against b for 1 and c for 2. S equal pd1 dot series data, then print s, then we'll get the printout. Next option, which is with index. Import pandas as pd1, import numpy as np1, data equal a 0, b1, c2, like previous we did. S equal pd1 dot series, data index bc, da, print x. So output will get b as 1, c as 2, d as nan, a as 0.0. Nan is for not a number. So just follow the program properly. Against a we have assigned 0, b for 1 and c for 2. Now we are going to print the data series as b, c, d, a. So against d we have not assigned any data or the index. That's why against d we are getting the output as nan, means not a number. Next option is create a series from scalar. So import pandas as pd1, import numpy as np1, s equal pd1 dot series 5, comma index 0 1 2 3. That means over here 5 will be repeated for 4 times as per the number of index, because we have assigned 4 index and the number we have given 5. So 5 is going to be repeat for the number of index mentioned over here. Next option is math operation with series. So import pandas as pd1, s equal pd1 dot series 1 2 3, t equal pd1 dot series 1 2 4, u equal s plus t. Over here we are going to use addition operator. Print u. So u equal s into t. So multiplication operator. That means in case of math operator we can use our math function like this way, and after that we will get the output Pandas series head function. Import pandas as pd1, s equal pd1 dot series 1 2 3 4 5, then the index a b c d e, print s dot head 3. Then the output you can follow that against A we are getting 1, for B is 2, C is 3. So return the first 3 element. That means what? Our element was 1, 2, 3, 4 and the index was ABCD. So from there we have assigned S dot head 3. So that means first 3 element we need to print. So we are getting that 1, 2, 3 only. Pandas series tail function. Import pandas as pd1, s equal pd1 dot series 1 2 3 4 5, then the index followed by that series, then print s dot tail 3. That means over here we will get the last 3 element. That means with the help of head option we can be able to get first 3 option or first 4 option as per mentioned by an user, and with the help of last option the users can be able to get the last option by tail. Accessing data from series with indexing and slicing. Import pandas as pd1, s equal pd1 dot series 1 2 3 4 5, then the index, print s0 for the 0 index position, print s3 for the first 3 index value, then print s minus 3. It's slicing for last 3 index value. Then we will get our output. We can follow it over here. Retrieve data using label as index. So here we will learn about how we can be able to retrieve index as a label. Import pandas as pd1, s equal pd1 dot series. So after that we need to mention the index and the element as per our requirement. Then print s, and then which particular portion we want to print we need to mention that, like we have given c and d. So according to that c and d it will print its index. Retrieve data from selection, our next option. There are 3 methods for data selection. Number 1, LOC gets row with particular label from their index. ILOC gets row at particular position in the index. IX usually tries to behave like LOC but falls back to behaving like ILOC if a label is not present in the index. IX is deprecated and the use of LOC and ILOC is encouraged instead. Retrieve data from selection, where we will see one example. S equal pd dot series inf dot nan, index equal, mention the index as per our requirement, s dot iloc 3. So it will helps to apply slice in the first 3 row. Another example we can see over here is dot loc, then within bracket 3 it will slice up to and including, that means it will slice up to 3. Next option is dot ix3, that the integer is the index, so is dot ix3 works like loc. Pandas data frame, it is a two-dimensional data structure just like any table with row and column. Basic features of data frame are columns may be of different types. That means we can be able to apply different types of column as per our requirement. Size can be changed, which is known as actually mutable object. That means we can be able to change the size. Labeled are access. That means over here row and columns are always labeled. Arithmetic operations and row and column, we can be able to apply our arithmetic function and operation as per our requirement on row or column. Now we can see the structure of a data frame, where we can follow the column. Columns are basically vertical arrangement of cell. Rows are actually horizontal arrangement of cell. So this way we can be able to get row and column. It can be created using constructor also. That means this two-dimensional data structure we can be able to create with constructor. In that case we need to apply the command as pandas dot data frame, then within bracket we need to mention data, their index, their column, then data type, and we need to apply copy. Now we will see one example how to create a data frame. It can be created with the following: list, dictionary, series, numpy, nd array, and another data frame. So these are the options where we can be able to create a data frame in Panda. For that we need to apply the command like this way: import pandas as pd1, df1 equal pd1 dot data frame, then print df1. Now create a data frame from a list. If you want to create a data frame with the help of list, then we need to follow this command: import pandas as pd1, data1 equal 1 2 3 4 5. These are the data. Next, df1 equal pd1 dot data frame, data1. That means we are going to convert this data into a data frame. Then print df1. Then we will get the output as according to index, the element will stand one by one. Second example, import pandas as pd1, then data, and after that data we need to mention the fields information one by one. So we are having two different fields, one is name and one is age. So according to that name and age field, we need to mention the value or the information, like we have given Freya 10, Mohak 12, Divedi 13. Next option, df1 equal pd1 dot data frame, then data1 column, name age, then print df1. That means what? Over here, first we need to mention the information. After that, we need to mention the field against which the information will fit. Create a data frame from dictionary of nd array or list. Import pandas as pd1, data1 equal name, then Freya and Mohak, then age. That means what? In previous option, we are mentioning the information beforehand, then we are giving the column. But over here, we are giving the information against the column only, and all the information will come together against a single column. df1 equal pd1 dot data frame data1, then print df1. Then we will get the output as we have given like this. Right below as third statement in our program for indexing. That means what? If we want to make the statement in the index wise, then we need to follow this: df1 equal pd1 dot data frame data1, then index, then rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. Create a data frame from list of dictionary. So import pandas as pd1, then data1. Against data1, we need to mention the field and information individually one by one. Then df1 equal pd1 dot data frame data1 dot print, then df1, and then we'll get the output. Right below as the third statement in our program for indexing. So in case of indexing, we can add this line in the third statement: df equal pd dot data frame data index first and second. Create a data frame from dictionary of series. Import pandas as pd1, d1 equal 1, pd1 dot series, then 1 2 3, index equal abc. That means here also we need to mention the field and the information one by one. Next line, df1 equal pd1 dot data frame d1, then print df1. That means against which option we are going to print, that we need to mention. Column selection, print df1. That means against print df1 we are actually selecting the column. Adding a new column by passing as series. If you want to add a new column, in that case we need to write the statement like this way: df1, then within bracket we have to mention the number of column, like we have given 3. Then we have to mention the element, like this we have given 10 20 and 30. Then we have to assign the index also. Adding a new column using the existing column value. If you want to add a new column but we want to use the existing values only, so in that case we need to assign like this way: df1 4 is the actually number of column, then df1, then 1 plus df1, then 3. That means it will retrieve the information from df1 and it will put in df4. Create a data frame from .txt file. Suppose we are having a txt file as with the information. Next, pandas is shipped with built-in reader method. For example, the pandas.read table method seems to be a good way to read. Import pandas, df equal pandas.read table. Over here, it will read the table from that file. Names equal abc. It will create a data frame object with column name and made a data of type int64, b of int64, and cus float 64. Create a data frame from a csv file. or we can say how to import data from CSV file. Example, suppose we are having a file name CSV containing the following, that data date, price, factor and factor 2. Then we have given the value 2012 0611, then 1600.20, 1.255, 1.548, then another information. Then we need to write the code like this way: import pandas as PD, read the data from the file name.csv in the same directory that your Python program is based. Control determines row and column name with read CSV. Data equal pd.read.csv, that means it will read the file name. Preview the first line of the loaded data, data.head1. Next, we will learn about pandas data frame column addition. That means how we can be able to addition the column in panda, that we will learn. Df equal pd.data frame. Then we need to mention the field and the elements like A 1 2 3 and B 4 5 6. Next, C equal 7 8 9. Next, dfc equal C. Next, we will learn how we can be able to delete a column. Del df11, deleting the first column using the del function. That means from the data series we need to delete the first field, means the first column. Next, df.pop2, deleting another column using pop function. That means we are having two different functions to delete the column. One is del and one is pop. Rename a column. If you want to rename a column, so df equal pd.dataframe. Then we need to mention the field and its information. Then we need to write the command like df.rename column A. So previously the column name was capital A, means uppercase. Now we need to rename and make it lowercase a. So after providing the old column or the current column name, then we need to mention the new column name as we have given uppercase and lowercase, that we need to write together. Row selection, addition and delete. Import pandas as pd1, d1 equal 1, then pd1 dot series 1 2 3, index equal abc. Next, 2 pd1 dot series 1 2 3 4, index equal abcd, df1 equal pd1 dot data frame d1, print df1 dot loc, and then we will get the output as 1 2.0, 2 is also 2.0, and name B data type float. Next option is selection by integer location. That means we are going to select with the help of integer location, means the position actually. Import pandas as pd1, d1 equal 1, then you have to mention pd1 dot series and mention the value. Next, the index. Next column is 2, then pd1 dot series 1 2 3 4, then index. Then df1 equal pd1 dot data frame d1, then print df1 dot iloc2. Then we will get the output as against 1 we will get 3.0, against 2 we will get 3.0, then name equal C, then d type equal float 64. We have one more option also, that is called slice row. Multiple rows can be selected by using colon operator. Print df1 2 colon 4. That means it is going to be select that particular portion only. That means from second to fourth. Our next option is addition of row. Here we will learn about how we can be able to add two or multiple row together. df1 equal pd1 dot data frame 1 2 3 4, column is AB. df2 equal pd1 dot data frame 5 6 7 8, column is AB. df1 equal df1 dot append df2. That means we are going to add df1 and df2 together, and finally print df1. Next option is delete of row, deletion. Drop row with label 0, df1 equal df1 dot drop 0. That means that 0 index is going to be delete. Iterate over row in a data frame. So import pandas as pd1, import numpy as np1, raw data 1 equal name and the information. Name is the field, and against the field we need to provide the information. As per our requirement, we need to continue this. df1 equal pd1 dot data frame. Then we need to mention raw data 1, then the column, and against the column we need to mention the value also. Print row, then the row name and the information, and finally we will get our proper output. This way we can be able to apply iteration over row in a data frame. Now we will learn about head and tail. Head returns the first n row. Observe the index value. The default number of elements to display is 5, but you may pass a column number. Tail returns the last n row. Here we can have an example. Import pandas as pd, import numpy as np, create a dictionary of series, d equal name, pd.series, then mention the information, then the next field, and then again we need to apply the information with pd.series option. This we need to continue. Finally, pd.dataframe d, print our data frame is print df, then print the first two row of the data frame is print df.head. Next option, indexing data frame using .loc. This function selects data by the level of row and column. Import pandas library and aliasing as pd. Import pandas as pd. Import numpy as np. df equal pd.dataframe np.random dot randn means random. It is the short form of random function. Then 8 comma 4, and then index abcdefgh, that means 8 elements, so we are giving the 8 index. Then the column abcd, select all rows for a specific column, print df.loc colon comma then a, that means it will actually select all the row for a specific column. Next option is accessing a data frame with a boolean index. We all know boolean will provide us true or false. So in that case, it will be applicable on the basis of true or false value only. So in order to access data frame with a boolean index, we have to create a data frame in which index of data frame contains a boolean value that is true or false. Here is an example: importing pandas as pd, import pandas as pd, dictionary of list, dict equal name. According to that field, we need to provide the information. As per our requirement, we will continue this. Creating a data frame with the boolean index, df equal pd.dataframe, dict comma index equal true comma false true. Accessing a data using .loc function. So print df.loc true. It will return rows of Mohawk and Roshni only, matching true only, because according to our data frame we are having these two options, Mohawk and Roshni. So automatically it's going to be true. So it will print only. Next option is binary operation over data frame with the series. Import pandas as pd, x equal pd.dataframe. According to field and information we will provide. Then y equal pd.series 1 to 3 new x dot add y axis equal 0. Print new x, and then we'll get the output. Binary operation over data frame with a data frame. Import pandas as pd, x equal pd.dataframe, field and information we will provide, then another variable as y, and there also we will provide same information as we have given earlier. Next, new x equal x dot add y axis equal 0. So that means x and y is going to be add, and it will continue from the 0 index. Merging or joining of data frame, that means over here we can be able to join multiple data frame together. For that we need to apply the statement this way: import pandas as pd, left equal pd.dataframe id 1,2, then name, then the subject id. That means we need to mention the field and the information one by one. Then print pd.march left comma right, then on id. That means from the left hand side to right hand side it is going to be merge. Then the output we will get like this way: merging or combining data frame in different style. We are having 4 different style to merge or join the data frame. Like number 1, pd.merge left comma right on subject id how left. That means it's going to join or merge from the left. Then pd.merge, it's going to join from the right hand side, because against how option we have given right. Then the next option, pd.merge left right how is outer. That means from the outer side it will merge. Then last one, pd.merge left right on equals subject id, then how is inner? That means it is going to inner join. Concat two data frame object with identical column. Df equal pd dot data frame, mention the value. Next column equal, mention the column. Then df1 letter number. Next option is df2 equal pd dot data frame. We need to mention the field and its information. Then we will get the output. Then pd dot concat df1 comma df2 later. So this way we can be able to join two data frame 1 and 2 together, and we can print also. Exporting pandas data frame to a CSV file. Import pandas as PD, car equal, mention the field and the information, brand, and against brand we have given few companies of car like Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, Ford Focus, Audi A4. Then the next field is price, and mention the price according to the car name. Next option df equal pd dot data frame, car comma column, brand comma price, df dot CSV. Then we can mention the path where it is going to be stored. That means if the user wants to export a pandas data frame to a CSV file, then the user can utilize this process. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you have enjoyed it.